Alright, 6. Conforming change for the Form 20F. Form 20F is the form under which form private issues filed with the Annual Reports Exchange Act of the registration statements currently with the Form 20F. It contains instructions similar to those of item 102 of the regulation SK, however, rather than referring to the industrial guide to the disclosure regarding oil and gas producing activities, Form 20F contains its own appendix item 4D, oil and gas appendix A, with the provide guidance oil and gas disclosure form private issue. With the appendix A, significant short provides less guidance regarding disclosure. Subpart 1200 industry guide would propose to revise the Form 20F to eliminate reference appendix A with the rather than in the refer to subpart 1200. Would examine the disclosure required with the form private issuers. 6 commenters were supported harmonizing Form 20F disclosure regulating SK, with one note the proposal would make the disclosure more consistent with comparable among the oil companies. I believe that the proposal would put the oil companies on a level playing field. However, the commenter recommended that the commissioners accept the company with the report with the internal financial reporting standards into the recommended instead of applying with the proposed 1200 foreign private issue for the commission should revise appendix A of the Form 20F with itself make appropriate limitation form private issues such for the eliminating disclosure of the well of the acreage and over the commenter was concerned to cover the proposal may be hidden and hindered rather than facilitate translation to use of the international financing reporting standards. Continue to believe that subpart 1200 would be appropriate to disclosure for all public companies engaged in oil gas producing activities and foreign private issuers, then added to guidance subpart 1200 and promote more consistent, comparable disclosure among oil and gas companies. It's our understanding that many of the large foreign private issuers also already provide disclosure for their filings with the Commission comparable to the disclosure provided with the domestic companies. Revising Form 20F with the incorporated subpart 12 with respect to the oil and gas disclosure to leave with the appendix A with the item 4D with the form. Recognizing that the requirement may require a foreign private issuer that prepared with the 2 different reserve estimates of the rule of their home jurisdiction require different pricing standard than the 12-month average of adopting or leave. However, we believe the same conflict would exist under the previous rules to the extent of our pricing method to differ from the home jurisdiction method. Appendix A currently allow the foreign private issue to exclude the required disclosure reserve of the agreements within its home country, prohibit the disclosure. 2 commenters suggest the rule continue to provide exemption with the disclosure about reserve of the agreements that they are prohibited by the foreign law. However, another commenter believed that the company taking advantage of such an exemption should be required to disclose to the country a citation of relevant law and regulation. The facts for the disclosed estimates did not include the amounts of the named country when not revising the provision. Rather, because of the consideration shall apply with the foreign private issue, we are moving the provision from Appendix A and adopting Instruction 2 for the Item 4 of Form 20F of the proposed. One commenter recommended with the clarifying that the new disclosure would not apply with a foreign private issue for the under multi-jurisdictional disclosure statement using Form 40F to comply with NI 51101 Canada because the rules were already broadly consistent with the Petroleum Reserve Management System. Agreed with the commenter, believed that such issuers needed not to provide disclosure beyond that required in Canada. Section 7, Impact Amendments on Accounting Literature.